Hey, hey, what's going on, everybody? Troy Rawlings mug. What's going on, everybody? It's time for another exciting Dear Troy. Well, it's not really exciting. It's Dear Troy. I've missed y'all for a while. I wanted to get back on point. It's a new decade, new season, and I am accepting your sex, love, and relationship questions and topics. You can go to www.troyrawlingslive.com. Send me your questions. You send me a question, I'll send you a book, baby. Well, you send me a question and I use it. I'll send you a book. My book, Butt Naked Honest, Conversational Foreplay for Dating, Asking the Hard Questions Up Front. Troy Rawlings by this Carmel dude right there. Boom. This, Dear Troy, is being brought to you by one of our partners, baby, our sponsors, LA Grind Coffee and Tea Bar, your coffee house on wheels. If you're here in Los Angeles, make sure you check them out wherever you can find them. LA Grind Coffee and Tea Bar.com. Find out where the truck is. It's a wonderful sister, African American sister who owns her own business and is exploding. She just started a coffee vending in the Beverly Hills area as well. Check them out, LA Grind Coffee and Tea Bar.com. Our partners here at Dear Troy. You'll see them partnering on some other content that we have. But let's get right to it, shall we? This is what you're here for. Thank you. I'm enjoying some amazing Cameroon Arabica beans. Look, when I tell you I love the smell, okay. I love the smell of coffee. I'm a coffee nut, so. And they're Java Mochachinos approved. LA Grind Coffee and Tea Bar. Check them out. All right, that's enough of that. So our Dear Troy today comes from someone here in Los Angeles. So let's get into it, shall we? Dear Troy, so I left my ex 6 months ago because of domestic violence, lies, stealing from me, throwing kittens off buildings, and I added the throwing kittens off buildings for effect, and just overall not treating me with respect. So yesterday, I came to find out that he slept with a so-called, quote-unquote, friend of mine in the bed we shared. I'll be honest with you, that killed me. I know that that's in the past. And I should be thankful that he is no longer in my life. But it still hurts. I just don't understand how someone could be so evil and conniving to someone they supposedly loved. And her too. How could they be so disgusting? I just don't know what to make of this. I just don't know what to make of this news, or even to begin what I should be learning from it. This is my handwriting that looks messy now, so I don't know. I've been crying the whole night, and I hate myself for believing him. You are an intelligent Carmel King. I added the Carmel King for effect. You're an intelligent, kind man. What words of wisdom can you give me to help me process this? Signed, I'm crying because I love... And crushed. I'll call you Crush. Gigi. All right, Gigi. Crushed. Here's my thing, sis. For one, and you are definitely getting a copy of the book. In the book, I talk about individuality. This person, this guy, and the girl who was supposed to be your friend, their character is their character. You're not going to understand why someone would do something to hurt you once they said they love you if you don't think like that. And it may be reaching or maybe something. I don't care what scenario is. I have several friends that are homosexual or in the LBGT plus community. LBGTI plus community. I don't understand that lifestyle. I have friends that are I have a mentor that's a homosexual transgender man, And I don't understand how you could be in love with a man. That's not my mentality. But I love and accept him because of our relationship and who we are. And it's the same scenario on the other end. You don't have to, if you put into your mind trying to understand why someone would use you, and you know, we got some more information later on. We talked more, and you told me there was an incident where the cops came and found drugs on him, and he said they were yours, knowing, and you had kids in the house, so he said they were yours. He put, he threw you under, you know, so just the sense of not caring for someone at all, putting you in a situation where you can get locked up, he can go on and use his drugs, and the kids be there homeless or they're without any, you know. If you racked your brain trying to understand the psychosis of a person who is doing something damaging to you, it continues to affect you. Now, there's no time on the grieving process. I know some people say, get over it, get past it, it's in the past. No, you're thinking about all the stuff you went through with him. Plus, especially for scenarios where people may have kids with the person. So that's not an end all, because you still have to figure out the parenting situation, all that. But your grieving process is yours. So there is no time. I can't give you a timeline on when it stops hurting, on when it stops affecting you, when you get to move on, when you get to let your guard down a little bit to get into another relationship, or just to trust people again, or just to trust a female friend around your dude. There's so many scenarios to that. What I can say is that, like, and not knocking you, but there are three sides to every story. Now, his side sounds pretty, make sure there are no kids around, because I may use some choice language. I'm going to try not to, but I like to use choice language when I'm talking to adults. His side may be pretty fucked up. But you know, there are three sides to every story: your side, his side, and the truth. One truth that I know is that I guarantee you that you saw his character at the beginning, but through intimacy, through companionship, definitely through sex. And I tell people all the time, don't forget, you're like, yeah, you know, when you see it's complicated, I always think in my mind, because this is how I think. Okay, it's complicated because y'all don't want to be together, or you don't want to be with him, but you're still fucking him. Because sex has two main things that it does. Sex makes children. It's for populating the earth. God knew what he was doing. It's for keeping the earth populated and drawing two people closer together, and binding them closer together. It is an intimacy tool that helps mend them and closer together. So that's why I tell people, if you don't want to be with somebody, y'all need to stop having sex. Or if you say, why can't I just have friends with benefits? We just get together when we want to have sex. Because eventually somebody's going to catch feelings, because that's what sex do, baby. It's all about this. Not the violent stuff, but you know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. It's all about the grind. Okay. So, one, how can I help you process this? You got to look internally. What was it that made you stay? Because when you talk about layers of things, that means there was some time that passed and stayed. And I know certain parts of the situation, you talk to me, there were layers. So what made you stay after A, B, C, D, E, F, all these things? What made you stay? What part of you needed so much validity from someone who was disrespecting you? Where is all this going? And for those that are watching now, you can catch the rest of this video on my relationship comedy YouTube. You'll see the link in the ID and the identification below, but you can look up relationship comedy YouTube and or Dear Troy on YouTube, and you'll find it. You'll see the link. But what would make you stay even though you were being abused? What would make you stay even though you had doubts? What would make you stay past your intuition saying, hey, chill out? A lot of the things that I talk about in my book, Butt Naked Honest, that you are getting, and you better read it, are getting those questions and things out front and open. I believe in you sitting down with somebody and telling them so much stuff up front that after you leave there, they're like, huh? So she murdered her last 3 boyfriends, but her body is banging. Oh, and them lips. But she is crazy. She gave me the option to know, though. And she did pay for the meal in my Uber. The boyfriends might have been. When you start reasoning with yourself about things that you see that might be crazy at the beginning, you put yourself in a situation that I had a situation that, and I try to be transparent so that people can be transparent with me. I had a situation that I felt for somebody who was married. They were separated, but they were still dwelling together. Huge home, still dwelling together. She was not divorced yet. She was separated. They hadn't been together physically in 5 years. Been years, and we were friends and all this great stuff. But at the end of the day, when it was all said and done and the relationship severed, and I couldn't be but so broken for so long because the dude in my head is a comedian like me. He's like, dude, mofo, you knew she was married. That's all I kept hearing. You knew she was married. Why would you didn't have a full option to be fully into it. So even if the person's not married, if you go in knowing, they got a lot of stuff, and my gut is like, I don't know, but he is attractive and the sex is good. And I'll say this, and I'll put this part out there. We need more accountability partners like we used to have back in the day. I heard TD Jakes talking on Hot 97 show, Ebro show. So if you check it out, he's talking about an amazing program he's doing for technology and putting technology into the community for our young people, the STEAM programs. And I'll tell you more about that because I have somebody we'll be talking to as well. But he mentioned that back in the day, we had Big Mama. We had some mother figures. Who do our young women turn to now? Do we still have women without Alzheimer's or dementia that have the wherewithal mentally to sit down with us and say, baby, let me tell you something? Do we have father figures for our young women and men that can say, hey, I hear what I see you love this person, but take your time. You know, it's like the song you say, Mama used to say, take your time, young man. Hey, Mama used to say, live your life. Live your life. Okay. In other words, why are we so adamant to jump full-fledged into a full relationship and act as if we're married to a person that we should be just dating to get to see how this flows? We move so fast, and these devices on our hips that I'm using for this great technology that we have, these phones make us feel like people are friends and connected to us. I talk about it in the book. We sext, like sexting, like, and flirt and do all this stuff. By the time you meet people to sit down, you're like, man, I guess we should go ahead and have sex because we done talked about everything and sent each other pictures and did all this stuff. And what is there to talk about? Instead of asking hard questions and having conversations and getting deeper and seeing what's what and opening up. Women usually open up like a flower. You know what I'm saying? Something like a Venus flytrap. No, but I want to keep this around 15 minutes, so I won't be too long. So all in all, in going back and looking at your part in it, because it's 100% responsibility thing. Really get on that mode. If you can get on that mode, you stop blaming people. As much as you blame a person for the bad stuff that happens in a relationship, especially when it's over, any kind of relationship, be it business, whatever, look at your part in it and own that. You can't decide, and you don't know, and not playing devil's advocate, but you don't know what that person has been through mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, anything, financially, drugs. You said you had a drug habit, all this stuff. But once you find out those things piece by piece, what in you said, I need to stick around for this? Feel me? What in you said, I can't do any better than this? What in you said, yeah, I know he is, but let me know you have options. We all have options. And it's like you are what you negotiate. You are also a part of what you stick around for, what you allow to happen to you, and what you become a part of. Because all these things you mentioned that he did to you couldn't happen unless there was also a to you. You feel me? So you had to be there for it to happen to you. What made you stay? Those are the things you look at yourself. Even if the person is lying and stuff like that, I think we need a better circle. And the homegirl that you said was some type of quote unquote friend. Don't get me wrong, sex is a powerful thing. Flirting and intimacy and all that crazy stuff. But you have to look for people on your maturity level. And there's nothing wrong with asking the person up front what they really want before you ever become intimate with them. I think we move so fast on the intimacy part sometimes that we don't get to have a conversation about what a person wants, especially if you talk to a guy and initially he's like, no, I'm not looking for anything serious. Well, watch out for the dudes that be saying stuff like, no, I ain't looking for anything serious. I just want to be there for you. I just want to, take, especially you talk a lot with his hands, but I just want to be there for you. It's all about you. I want to do this. You ain't got to tell this person. You got to. Something I've learned, taking a word from Drake. I'm more than just an option. Any relationship that you have to hide is not good. Not good. I'll never do it again. Very, very key thing to learn about yourself. Man, woman, whoever's listening to this. But the big deal is what about you tied into that? And these could be some virtuous things in you and that person. But what tied you into that so much that when it was time to leave, the different issues, it was like, okay, these should be deal breakers, or at least to pull away. What made you stay? And, just think about yourself and let those parts of you heal. But there's no time limit on healing. I hope this helps a wee bit. I hope you have fun listening to it because it helps when you can laugh about certain things and help get it over. But we all go through it, sis. So don't feel alone. You're never alone, and you can hit me anytime. Hope this helps somebody else as well. Hit me up on www.troyrawlingslive.com. You'll see the information in the wording and info below. And you can find me anywhere, Troy Rawlings, on social media. And I hope to talk to y'all soon. And don't forget, if you send me a question, I use it, I'm sending you a copy of my book, baby. Butt Naked Honest, Conversation for Dating. Talk to you soon. Peace.